Poppy. Playtime. Who is Poppy, really? Poppy Playtime is not just a horror game. It's a mystery full of secrets and clues that players are trying to unravel. One of the biggest questions is, can Poppy be trusted? Or is she playing her own cunning game? Let's find out. 1. Poppy's true motives and the hour of joy. There are two opposing theories about the role Poppy played in the game's events. The first theory suggests that she truly wanted to free the toys from the factory, unaware of the impending massacre known as the Hour of Joy. Her message on the VHS tape implies a desire to help.
Leave the factory, not this. Prototype says we can't leave. Not now, not ever. I hate him. I hate him, and I hate this place, and I hate that he's... Right. He explained everything. And he's right. What they did to us, we can't ever let it happen to us or anyone ever again. Doesn't make me feel better about the bodies, though. The toys will starve otherwise. They'll die. But it's still disgusting. I wish you were here, Dad. You'd know what to say. When you were running this place, you always knew what to say.
Rather than orchestrate a bloody hunt. But there is another perspective. Poppy may have been part of the plan. Perhaps she was under the influence of the prototype and is not as innocent as she seems. Was her intention to organize an escape, or did she know what was about to happen? And if she didn't want mass destruction, why didn't she stop it? 2. Can she be trusted? Some players recall the phrase, "gentle voices lie," hinting that Poppy may be hiding her true motives. Her actions also raise questions. She leaves the player and Kissy-Missy behind, as if she only cares about herself. Is this just self-preservation, or is it betrayal? But there's another point of view. Poppy is simply a frightened child who has survived the horrors of the factory. Her actions are driven by fear rather than malice. Maybe she's just trying to survive. 3. The influence of the prototype. One theory suggests that the prototype may have replaced Ollie and has been manipulating both Poppy and the player from the start. He calls Poppy home, hinting that he wants to keep her under his control. If this is true, then Poppy is not the villain. She's just a pawn in someone else's game. 4. Who sent the infamous tape? Another crucial question. Who sent the tape that lured the player back to the factory? The most logical answer is the prototype. But why? What is his goal? 5. Hidden cipher and future. Chapter predictions. Some players noticed an interesting detail. If you take the first letters of the chapter titles, they form a sequence: A, F, D, S. This might be the key to predicting future chapter titles. If there are 6 chapters in total, this code could reveal major upcoming events. 6. Poppy and other antagonists. There's one curious pattern. Like other villains in the game, Huggy Wuggy, Mommy Longlegs, Catnap, Poppy has given the player chances to leave. This might suggest that she does have some moral principles and doesn't want to harm us. But if that's the case, why do her actions seem so contradictory? 7. Harley Sawyer's final warning. One of the game's most mysterious lines is Harley Sawyer's last words: "You saved no one." Many interpret this as a warning about Poppy. Perhaps the player has fallen into her trap, thinking they were doing the right thing, when in reality, they have only sealed their own fate. Conclusion. The question of who Poppy truly is remains unanswered. Is she a friend or a foe? A victim or a manipulator? One thing is certain, her story is far from over. And in the upcoming chapters of Poppy Playtime, even more shocking revelations await us. Why did Poppy deceive us about the Hour of Joy? That's the burning question we should all be asking. In Chapter 3, she was crystal clear. The prototype was the mastermind, the puppeteer behind the horrifying rebellion of Playtime Co.'s toys. According to her, he orchestrated the chaos that turned the factory into a nightmare. But as we've dug deeper into Playtime Co.'s secrets, things just don't add up. The evidence suggests that Poppy's version of events might not be entirely truthful. especially when we examine that untitled tape we find after defeating Doey. In the recording, Poppy recalls the prototype's strict order. No one is allowed to leave. She speaks with resentment, even though she acknowledges that his reasoning makes sense. There's also something chilling in the way she talks about the factory's necessity for the toys to consume human bodies. Her words drip with regret, but also with a deeper, hidden truth. She mourns her father's absence, longing for the leadership he once provided. "I thought we were finally leaving," she says. "But the prototype says we can't. Not now. Not ever. I hate him. I hate this place. And I hate that he's right." She knows something she doesn't want us to fully grasp. And in Chapter 4, we get the most damning clue of all. When trapped in the shaft with Kissy Missy, Poppy speaks with the prototype, and his response shatters the fragile image she's built. When she nervously asks, "How much do you know?" he responds with a single, devastating word: "Everything." That moment changes everything. Poppy panics and flees, leaving us behind just before the floor collapses, sending us tumbling deeper into the factory. But why would she run unless she had something to hide? If she was simply an innocent victim, why does she react like someone caught in a lie? The hour of joy wasn't just an outbreak of mindless chaos. It was a pivotal moment, the event that set everything in motion. Playtime Co. had already been pushing the limits of their experiments, stretching the Bigger Bodies initiative beyond anything imaginable. The result? A total collapse of order, a slaughterhouse of workers, and a factory that became the haunted ruin we now explore. But was it truly an accident? Or was it orchestrated? Poppy insists that the prototype was the architect behind it all. But let's take a step back and consider what we actually know. At the end of Chapter 3, she hands us the Hour of Joy tape, urging us to watch it and see the truth. She presents herself as a helpless survivor, painting the prototype as the ultimate evil. But as we move through Chapter 4, her story starts to unravel. Let's analyze the prototype's behavior. His primary function seems to be gathering and reconstructing broken toy parts. That has been his goal from the very beginning. So, does it really make sense for him to have triggered the Hour of Joy? His actions suggest that he's more focused on collecting the remnants of the disaster, not initiating it. If that's the case, then who actually set the chaos in motion? Here's where things get even more suspicious. Unlike the prototype, Poppy has freedom, far more than any other entity in the factory. Sure, we've seen the prototype snatch up Mommy Longlegs and catnap, but Poppy? She vanishes for almost an entire chapter and a half, moving as she pleases. That doesn't align with the prototype's usual behavior. And then there's the writing around her glass case. If Poppy was truly an innocent victim, why did someone take the time to scrawl ominous warnings near where she was kept? It suggests that even before the Hour of Joy, certain individuals within Playtime Co. didn't trust her. And that distrust wasn't limited to the humans. Mommy Longlegs herself harbored clear resentment towards Poppy. "Isn't this exciting, Poppy?" Mommy Longlegs says with venom. "Very exciting. Why don't we make a game out of it?" She treats Poppy differently, not as just another experiment, but as someone who deserves payback. Why? What did Poppy do to earn the hatred of the factory's most dangerous creations? And let's talk about her behavior throughout the game. The moment she's freed, she carefully controls the information we receive. She tells us what she wants, when she wants. She directs us exactly where she needs us to go. And most importantly, she withholds key details that could help us truly understand what's happening. If she's really on our side, why all the secrecy? Why does she need to control the narrative? This leads us to the ultimate question. Why would Poppy lie? Because if she was directly involved in the Hour of Joy, that means she's responsible for everything that followed. The massacre, the factory's downfall, the horrors we now uncover piece by piece. That would mean she's not just an observer, she's an active participant. And if that's true, then it's in her best interest to make sure we never put the pieces together. By blaming the prototype, she erases her own role from history. She makes herself seem like a victim instead of a villain, and that makes it easier for her to manipulate us into helping her. Because let's be honest, if we knew the full extent of what she's done, would we still trust her? Would we still follow her guidance without question? It's also crucial to remember, Poppy wasn't just another experiment. She was Playtime Co.'s first real success, the first human-to-toy transformation. That makes her unique and dangerous. If she was the key to Playtime Co.'s experiments, then she might have played a much bigger role in the Hour of Joy than we ever realized. Maybe she saw it as her one chance to break free. Maybe she thought it was the only way to end the experiments once and for all. Or maybe, just maybe, she had an entirely different motive we haven't uncovered yet, and that raises some serious concerns for Chapter 5. If Poppy has been lying to us about the Hour of Joy, then what else has she lied about? More importantly, what does that mean for the prototype? We've only seen fragments of him, but we've never truly heard his side of the story. What if Poppy has been manipulating us all along? What if she's the real threat, and the prototype has been trying to stop something even worse? Theory incoming, so make sure you're paying attention. Poppy, oh so innocent, right? Has she told you her part in the Hour of Joy? Has she confessed what she knew? Or did she leave out that tiny, crucial detail? Has she not strung you along, used you, and fed you just enough information to push you exactly where she needs you to go? And then there's Sawyer. Could she be working with him? Or at the very least, using his knowledge to push her own agenda?
You and Poppy! It's all your fault! We're to kill you! Kill everyone who hurt Can't trust anyone! The gentle voices lie! You lie! I'm trying to be better, to be who they needed. Not smart enough, not good enough, not... I'm sorry.